Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to our channel once again. My name is Bimbo. Now, the fans of Australia, do you know that you can move to Australia without a job offer? Yes, it is very, very possible. Now, just like some of you must have heard in Europe that some country have a visa called job seekers, like Australia, like Sweden, like Portugal. I mean, I'm sure a whole lot of people must have heard about job seekers to countries like Portugal and the likes. And some of you must have also heard about Canada Express entry, where you don't need to have a job or get a sponsorship job with any employer. As long as you have the right profile, the right skills, among other things, you can move to that country without a job offer. Yes, that is what we want to talk about today on this video. You can move to Australia without a job offer. And I have a guest in the house that moved a family on a permanent residence visa opportunity to Australia. Yes, so without a job offer, you can move to Australia. So it is better to hear from the horse's mouth. So that way you'll be more convinced, you see the reality in this information that is going to be shared on this video today. So I have a guest in the house that will be sharing the details of this visa to us, the processes, the document, and every information that is required for you to be able to prepare yourself to apply for this visa. Yes, it is not all visa that require that you must have a job. You must have that at the back of your mind. This particular visa, you don't need to have secured a job with any employer in Australia. All you just have to do is to do the right thing, go through the right application process, ensure that you secure the right point, the right document, and voila, you are in Australia. So let's welcome our guests. And if you're just coming across our channel, this is Japa with your days. On this channel, we discuss and provide relevant information that will aid your JAPA process, and we look for all the available information that we feel that it will be of benefit to all of our viewers. And if this is the first time you are seeing our channel, like and subscribe to this channel so that by the time we drop information on opportunities like this, you will be the first person to get notification. Also, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to share it to your loved ones. All right, ma. So can we meet you, ma?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Jane Kennings, Nigerian Australian, and
wow.
all we talk is Australia. I'm everywhere. You already know I'm everywhere. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, on Facebook, and I just said, okay, let me join them on TikTok as well. So
wow.
All right. So my name is Jane Kenny's. My YouTube channel is Jane Kenny's Creation, where we talk Australia, New Zealand, and others. Who do it yourself, empower people to let them know that this thing is possible. You can do it yourself. And if you need support, you will find people that will support you as long as you are determined to achieve your visa. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much. So, and I wanted to, because you are, so is it possible to go to Australia without job of call? Can you tell us about this visa?
Okay. Yes. It is possible. You know, when people say Australia visa becomes a gray area where people don't know much about, but I'm glad people are knowing much about it now. People are getting information. Yes, there are Australia visas you can get without having a job, as far as you can pay for your visa and the process. Okay. It's like express entry, Canada Express entry. You know how it runs. Okay. So this visa in Australia is work visa. There are at least 3 of them. The only one I'm going to talk about is the one you can get from offshore. Because we are talking, our target audience are people that's outside of Australia, so that want to come in. So I'll be talking about only the one outside of us, someone outside of to utilize. Okay. So the first one, all right, before I start mentioning them, we have temporary residents and we have permanent residents who can shoot from outside of Australia. Okay. And one of those visas also, permanent residents is what my family used to come here. I always say that. I'll tell you it's happening, it's true. We came with permanent residents straight. However, there is also a temporary one, and we never had a job in Australia. It's just through application and process, and you get nominated and you come here. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the temporary resident one. We have only one for temporary residents, and we have 2 for permanent residents. Okay. However, their process is the same thing. Like the process, the step you take. So it's not this work up in Australia to win this visa or be granted this visa or apply for this visa. It's not one of the requirements, okay? So the process is that we have what is called Australia Skilled Occupation List. Skilled Occupation List. I have videos on that too, but you can go to Google and search Australia Skilled Occupation List. But you know what? I need to stamp a warning now before I continue. When you go to Australia, Google to search anything Australia visa, Australia immigration website is Home Affairs, not Australia Immigration. Because there is this pseudo website that is online that is mimicking Australia immigration website, which is Home Affairs, not immigration. So their own is immigration. So what they do is that once they catch you online searching anything in Australia, they grab you, they tell you to do skill assessment, which is not a skill assessment. They get that tiny dollar from you, around $8, $9. Then they promise you and tell you now you are qualified, do application, pay money and stuff. And most people will send me a message and say they are chatting with Australia immigration. I say Australia immigration doesn't have time to come and tell you that you are qualified for a visa. They're too busy. It's not them. It's not them. It's just one of your village people somewhere that is doing this thing. So when you go to Google to search skill occupation list, or you can check on my channel on YouTube, Jane Kenny's Creation, you will see a lot of them. Check your occupation. Check your occupation there. Search it. If you find it, voila. Okay. So when you search the occupation, they will tell you all the list of the visas you are qualified for. 491 will be definitely there. Okay. So yeah, when you have that, what it means that you are qualified, at least your occupation is there. It is point tested, both 491, which is a temporary resident, 190, which is a permanent resident, and 189, which is also a permanent resident. They are point tested in the sense that you must have at least 65 points. And how do you make up your points? Your age, okay? You need to be 45 or younger. As you are getting older, 30, 31, 32, 35, your age, your point is reducing. Okay? It's not exactly like express entry. Then your qualification, do you have a first degree, you have a diploma, you have masters, you have PhD, you know, your points goes up. Then you talk about your years of experience outside of Australia or maybe inside of Australia. So these are the things. Then sometimes your spouse as well can add points to you. Some people say, my husband doesn't want to write, my wife does. I say, especially the one that pain me most is when the men are struggling and they tell me their wife don't want to write. I feel like bringing that wife and flogging that wife. I said, you know, I'm like, your husband is doing consultation, running around, and the husband will say to me, oh, my wife just wants us to travel, but he doesn't want to write any exam, any English. I say, you can write general, even if you have 4 in general, as long as you finish secondary school, getting 4 in general IELTS is easy, or 5. You are giving the immigration people the impression that your wife or your husband is not going to be a burden. So it's helping your profile. It's not going to be a burden to this country. It's actually a hustler. It's somebody that will come here and find something for him or herself. Does it make sense? So, yes. Yeah. So instead of saying no one, and they will say, oh, does the husband need? No, they don't need to write. The primary applicant is compulsory, but the secondary one is not. But however, if you want to build a good portfolio, put their qualification there. Put their English score there. It will help you. It will push your points up. So in all, it has to be at least 65. Then you cross the line. Okay. How to test your points is also in my channel. I have a video there and also a blog post on how to. I'll give you some link as well that you can add to the description of this video as well for your followers. Then once you do your point and you find out you got 65. So when you are choosing your point, they will tell you which visa do you want. Okay, so you click the visa. You can check for all these 3 visas: 491, 191, 189. So you see your point. Because for 491, because it's a temporary resident visa, the state will always give you extra 15 points. But it's always good for you, because they want to bring people to their region. It's a regional visa. Okay, they will dash you 15 points, depending. Some will dash you 10, some will dash you 15. Okay, but mostly they will dash you 15 points for choosing them. All right. Now you need to do what is called skill assessment. Skill assessment is not an exam. The only people that write exam for skill assessment are like nurses, doctors, physiotherapists. You know, those people that need registration, professional registration to practice. These are the people that write exam. However, every other person, you don't need to write exam. What you will need to do is to supply your qualification and experience. and references and proof that you have worked this year's amount you have said. Okay, then they will assess you. You pay for the assessment. They assess you. They either give you positive assessment or negative. If you get a positive assessment, congratulations, you are heading to your nomination process. You are heading to expression of interest. So you get positive assessment. You do expression of interest. That's where the weight game comes. So when people ask me, what is the duration of the visa? I said the duration depends on your local. Now, lock by lock, because when you the skill assessment, you shouldn't be counting it. It is within you when you are able to submit. Most of the time, they will do it within 3 months. Okay, then you get it. Now, when you apply and choose a state, you are waiting when they nominate you. They can nominate someone next week, while someone can wait for 2 years without being nominated.
Wow. Yeah, so just like Canada Express.
You will see some people profile. You say, "Oh, this man submitted in March and he was nominated in April." The same year. You're like, "Oh, wow." And someone is commenting and say, "I have submitted for the past 12 months and they haven't called me." Okay. So they check, because each state have what they need. That's what they go for. Okay. So the state, the skill occupation list I've mentioned in the beginning is a federal list. It's just like Nigeria said, we need these people, we need these skills, in Nigeria. Then Lagos State will come and say from that list, okay, we need only this occupation 1, 2, 3. That's what is in scarcity in our state. Then Oyo State, Enugu State, Anambra State, they will just pick from the same list what they need. So what you need to do is that find a state that needs you most. Okay, choose them first as your number one. Before, I used to encourage people to do multiple expression of interest and put them 1, 1, 1, 1. However, they have decoded it now. So someone said to me that she formed a different email, and what she went in, they jammed the two together. So I was on live 2 weeks ago, and someone was telling me, "Mom, it's not working again." Because I tell people things I know that is happening and it stopped happening. Now I don't encourage people to do it. So I always come back and say what you have experienced so that other people will learn. So now, according to her, she said once she created a new profile and want to do for another state, they jammed it with the first one, so she couldn't. So now they want you to do your selection, option 1A, 1, 2, 3, and okay,
first choice, second choice, third choice.
Yes. So you wait, you pray, fasting, praying and fasting. Then they nominate you. The thing is that when they nominate you, once they send you email to bring your documents, you are good to go. As long as all the points you have claimed, you can prove them. You didn't lie. So once they vet it, they are giving you, they will tell you to do your application, visa application. And once that is at that stage, there is no how you will not get your visa, because they have identified you that they need
you.
Yeah, they've identified you that they need you. And that is when you pay for the visa. Okay.
I mean,
so I have not seen, So it's only when they need you, because once they need you, within 6 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, you will get something from them. So that's the process. And this is also the same process with the permanent residents. The difference is that you have changed the visa number. So this one is temporary, this one is permanent. Okay. The state will still update you for 190. However, the 189, which is also a permanent resident, it is for people that have high point in their point. I say it's 65, but these people will get up to 90, 95. Okay.
Wow.
That's where you see Indians netting 9,500, because they are really out for it. They do IELTS, they do PTE, they are getting 8.
Wow. Is that particular for a professions like maybe medical doctor? And
for doctors don't have problem. Any doctor that do their registration, professional registration, and nurses, definitely they are coming. Like for example, now pharmacy, there are a lot of people on the expression of interest for almost all the states, because there was a rush, and their professional exam is somehow is doable. I don't know how to put it. Will I say that is easier than the less complex? Okay. So you find people from outside of Australia passing them. Okay. And there's a lot of Indians into that pool and they are getting high. I know
Wow.
someone from Nigeria that has 75. She's been there for a long time. And I said to her, it's a pity you are dealing with people that have 95. Okay. Because they are out for this. Okay. Some of them can even come and do masters just to push their, this thing up. Yeah. So that is the thing. Depends on your occupation, how scarce it is. How much do they need it? How much do this state need it? Okay. So the main thing here is that you do not need to go and find a job for them. 189, you don't need to find a job for it. 190, you don't need. However, for 190, there will be one state or two that will tell you, because it's a permanent resident, they need you to have someone promising you a job or show where you are actively searching for a job. But it's not 18, maybe only 1 or 2 states. But for rest of them, you won't get that. Now, what I normally say to people that are young, like they're saying they're early 30s, 20-something and early 30s, I say go for temporary resident visa, okay? Because number of people that come through 491I is more than people that come with permanent resident. So you come in, you have a time, 3 years later, everything is straightforward. You're applying for your permanent resident instead of you waiting in the queue for a long time, okay? And some people will do the 2 application. You can still do the 2 together. And for people that have done the 2 together, especially 190 and 189, 491, that is temporary and permanent, you find out that's where it comes. So once you are making that decision to do 2 of them at the same time, when the one that normally comes first is the temporary resident visa. That's the one you get invites first to come and apply. Then you see people running helter-skelter, asking for advice. Should I accept it or reject it and wait for my permanent resident? Once I see that kind of question, or maybe in a group, I always say the person, a bed at hand, what million in a bush? Grab your temporary resident. You have 5 years to stay in Australia. You apply for permanent resident, because the one you are waiting for, you don't know whether it will ever come. I won't even advise anybody to wait and reject the other one. Okay?
Thank you very much. I mean, you have collapsed about 3 of my questions or 4 of my questions together. You've talked about the process. You've talked about the 3 types of visa: visa 190, visa 189, and visa 491. So one is a temporary resident, and the remaining 2 are permanent residents. And you have also talked about the ways, the points that you can aim to achieve, and the strategies to ensure that you put your wife documents, your wife also take IELTS and things like that. So guys, I mean, you can move to Australia without job offer. It also works, as she said, it works like express entry to Canada, where you do, as long as your jobs or your skills is part of the required jobs for each of the region where each of these jobs are. You can. So having said all of this, would you advise between student routes and this visa route? Which one would you advise or recommend to somebody?
Okay, yeah. I had a consultation with someone last night, and she started with telling me that I know that the work visa is hard. I said, but when we went through the consultation, I said, the thing is that it's not that it's hard. It depends on your profile. Okay, so choosing a visa, a pathway to go via, depends on your profile. For example, someone that studied political science, for example, for the 10 years ago, he doesn't have any postgraduate qualification, and he's not even practicing in his occupation, or maybe doing something else that is in the skill occupation list. Okay. In that case, you won't be able to qualify for skilled visa, because qualification and experience wise, you are not. So I will say to that person, your best bet will be for you to go for student visa. But the good thing is that when you come via student visa, there is no how you will not settle in Australia. Okay, definitely you will settle. So it depends on your profile. When you check your skill occupation list, when you check, there are people you will look at their profile, you will like, man, you are good to go. You know, you will say, you will even be begging them to go and do this. Like, I think I did recently, I did a consultation with someone from Ghana. I think he's agricultural consultant. The profile is, I look at, I'm like, what are you waiting for? What I said, I was like, you can even come as agricultural researcher is like an agricultural consultant, and he's doing it with big companies.
Yeah.
And he has 2 postgraduate qualifications in agriculture. You know, the profile is excellent. There is no state that see that profile that would not like to bring that person in. An agricultural consultant also is one of the scarce skill in Australia currently. So someone like that, I'm not even going to tell you to go via studies. Just go. I'll even tell the person to go permanent resident. Shoot.
Yeah. So it all depends. It all depends on your profile. If you have a very good profile, very good experience, job-wise and skill set, I mean, you are good to go to apply for this. So I mean, that is a very good information, and I really want all my viewers to really latch into this information. And I'm sure that there will be some people that will want to get across to you personally to ask you questions, to go about this process. I'm sure you have a channel. Would you mind telling them ways in which they can connect with you directly to ask you questions, please? Okay.
So my YouTube channel is your best one. So you go to my recent video, make a comment there. I will answer you. You go to my Instagram, Jen Kenix. If you follow me, you send me DM, it will come directly to a group that follow me. Some people will not even follow you. They'll be sending you something. They don't know that, whatever is going to one stupid inbox like that. However, I am not a DM person. I will tell you the truth. So you might be frustrated because my DM for all my platform is filled up.
It's filled up,
it's filled up. So even on Facebook, Migration Coach by Jen Kenix. Under any of my posts, you make a comment, I will come and respond to you. If it gets to the extent that is too much, I will tell you to come via consultation, one-on-one consultation. But if it's something I can advise you, I will just tell you, give you something and share link with you. Okay. However, since we are this video is going only on YouTube, so I will say I think on YouTube, get to my channel, Jen Kenix Creation. Comment on my recent video or anything you need. Then I'll respond to you. So I will respond to you there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma. Yes. So I noticed that you said that IELTS, one needs IELTS. So I'm asking, does it cut across all the jobs? I mean, what about jobs like carpenter, jobs like there
are doctors, definitely you are doing notification from, you are going to write IELTS for doctors. It should be 7.7, nurses 7.7. However, for carpenters, mechanics, welders, and so on, they are, would I call them semi-skilled? Okay, semi-skilled. If you are not going through point-tested visa that we have mentioned today, and you're going through visa sponsorship, you may need, what you will need is probably general, maybe 5 or 6, okay, because you don't need a point. But for someone that is going through this visa, a mechanic that is going through this visa we've mentioned, if you need your point to be pushed up, you should be aiming for 7, because 7 is where you get 10 points. However, Australia visa application requires you to have only 6 general, but you won't get any point. But if you need a point, your visa requires you, and you don't have enough points and you need more points, you should be aiming for 7 general. If your occupation requires you to submit English for your skill assessment, like nurses, doctors, engineers and stuff, it means that you are writing academic. Yes, because they're going to academic now, they're doing professional for you. Yes, so that's where, so this sophisticated occupation, they suffer more. But people think it's easy for them, but they're actually the people that suffer. I mean, because a chef can come in through visa sponsorship. Like I shared video yesterday for current job going on. I don't normally share them. I share them once in a while because I've taught people how to find them. But because why I share them again is that people keep talking that Australia don't take people anymore, but I just shared only one that has visa sponsorship on their title. Few, just to encourage people again. So in that case, you see a lot of chef occupation, they are looking for chef everywhere in Australia. So a chef can come to Australia within 1 month, being fully sponsored, paid. Why a nurse is going to write an exam, do this, do that, do this, before it can even cut across that process. A chef is already
there. So
yeah.
It depends on the job skills and
Yeah, yeah.
capacity. Yeah, wow. That is. But man, do one need an agent to be able to apply for these 3 visas that you have mentioned?
No, you don't. It's not, using agents is not compulsory. It's not at all. It's not compulsory. You can do it yourself. You can pay someone to do it if you like. However, know the process so that, because even if you are going to use agents, know the process, know what is happening, but you can do it yourself. I shared a video the other day for somebody from Nigeria that got meet process of visa sponsored, family of 4 brought in. That was in August. From Nigeria to Australia. She did everything herself. She was sending me message, and I was everything she doesn't. It's not she sent me her. You know, when someone needs your help, there are people that are very annoying in the sense that they will ask you a question, you ask them back, they will hide information from you. You know that kind of thing. You like
Nigerians.
doing with your information. It's not like I'm going to tell Australia government not to bring you. I'm a citizen here. Hello. So what am I going to? So this girl, when she was asking questions, she would send me even the offer letter, every information to vet. You ask her one question, she supply you everything you don't even ask her.
Exactly.
Before you know it, she's landed. He said, Mom, I'm telling you, I just want to tell you, because when she needed, when they offered her the job, they offered to sponsor her alone. But she was worried because she wants her family, 2 children, and the husband to come with her. She was telling me she wants to go and borrow money. I said, go back to your employer. Tell them to sponsor you. I know Australia is very family oriented. Okay. Tell them to sponsor you. I said to her, see, this is what you tell them. She later came back and said they agreed to sponsor everyone. Okay. So someone that is open to you like that, you can pour your heart out to the person. But there are some people, they will say, my agent said that this, and I'm turn around and say, who is your agent? That's the.
So some of them, I mean, it's the Nigerian system. We are.
That is it.
The way we are.
Okay, go ask your agent. Go back to your agent and ask your agent. However, this visa, you don't need agent. If you can pull it off, a lot of people have pulled it off. You do not need an agent. Matter, you can do it. It's step by step. You know your step. You follow through.
Because apart from the many fake agents that are out there, I mean, wasting money on agent, at the end of the day, you don't get any result, and I have a lot of them complaining about that. It is something that you can do yourself. If a visa is a do-it-yourself, just go on Google, search this, ask this information. If you have people like us on YouTube that you can ask for information, as she has rightly said, you can come to any of our video, drop a question there for any particular visa that you want, and she would rightly answer. And I do.
Don't ask me. Don't say, sister, help me, or madam, help me. That is not a question.
Yes.
I will not answer you because it is not a question. So tell me, am I going to tell you how may I help you? Then before you start telling me these things, tell me exactly what you need. You're supposed to have a basis. When you come to someone's channel, there is someone that came to my channel. I saw the comment this morning. I was shocked to reply. He said to me, I saw your video with the Waka Waka doctor and I came into your channel. I have watched almost all your videos and I am grateful that I came to this channel. However, I have a question. Please, how do I go about this? It is a sweet question. Even if you are a devil, there is no how you cannot answer this person. Unlike someone that will jump in and start telling you, can you help me? Can you help me? All the information you need is there. The basis is there. Grab the basis first.
Exactly. I just ignore them as well. Some people are, please, can you help my son to? I'm like, can you help my son to travel? Ow, that's just it. That is not the question. If you've started the process yourself, you've done this yourself and that, and you got stuck in a place. In fact, there's an interview I did when Job Seekers was released in Portugal. The lady I started pushing out information for her. Every 2 days she would come back. Oh, Mr. Bimbo, I've done this, I've done that, but I'm having issues here. I'll tell her, okay, take this number, call this person, do this, do that. Since she got the visa and landed in Portugal. So that is how to engage people to get information, not can you help me? Can you help me get to? That is not a question, sincerely. Thank you very much for that. So And she has rightly said it, you don't need an agent to do it. It's a do-it-yourself. But if you can afford an agent and you know that this is a trustworthy agent, well, it is your money that you want to spend. So that is about that. But Mike, because you mentioned sponsorship for chef and things like that. So are there sponsorship opportunity for those that really want to just apply for jobs and get sponsorship to Australia?
Yes, we have a visa 48. We have a visa that is permanent and temporal. 482 visa sponsorship, they dupe people a lot. A lot of Nigerians have been duped in that visa because when it was announced, the agent starts scamming people because they will tell you, I'll give you work visa. I have someone that will employ you and blah, blah, blah. You don't need anybody. You need to find a job. Once you find a job, like the person I said that came as a meat processor, all she needs is to supply information to the employer. Employer already have their immigration, people that are working for them. They will just push the information to them and they'll get you a visa. That's it. So that's the process is for someone that don't have money. And you can never get tired of searching a job. I say to them, if the only option you have in this world to go abroad is to search for a job, why are you tired? Why are you coming here to comment to me? I have applied for 20. I am tired. Even the job in your country, is it easy to get?
Exactly.
And the thing why I don't like those comments is that there are people that genuinely want to, and you discourage them. They will think it's not doable. When you be blabbing your mouth on the comment section and saying, oh, it's not possible, you can never, then you ask the person, what is your job? He said, office assistant, administrative assistant. No, your job can be done remotely. So no one is going to sponsor you. It's a remote job. People, office assistant, admin assistant or whatever, is a remote job nowadays. People can be in Australia, have someone in India or even in Nigeria doing that job for them. They don't need to bring you over.
Exactly. Wow. Thank you so much. And she has rightly said that she's going to provide the link. I mean, there are so many links or some information that you can grab from a link that she's going to provide. So you can check it on the video descriptions. And she has also provided all YouTube contact, Facebook and Instagram contact that you can reach out to her there to ask any question. So you can move to Australia without a job offer. So, I mean, it works like the Canada Immigration Express entry. So if you have the right skill set, the right profile, you can easily move to Australia with your family. And she's a living testimony because she moved as family also to Australia with this visa. So it's a do-it-yourself visa, but if you can afford an agent, no problem. So that is that. Thank you very, very much, Ma, for agreeing to come to my channel today to give this information with all me and my viewers. We really, really appreciate these informations because I mean this is the last quarter of the year and we're beginning the year 2025 already. So it is an information that people really need to know to strategize, getting documents, doing IELTS, and some other things that they need to do. So it's really, really going to help a whole lot of people. So I don't know if you have any final comments that you want to drop for everybody.
What I'm saying is that visa scam is real, but I don't believe you should be scammed in 2024 and going forward because every visa you are looking for is online. So when someone gave you a exaggerated hope and asked you to pay for it, go online and search for that visa and see the requirements and ask the agent, how do you intend to? Okay? Stop being scammed out of your desperation. It is not worth it and it will destroy because once you've been scam, you find out that you're losing hope. Okay? Even if you're losing hope in yourself too to try. So develop the attitude of do it yourself. Even if I'm not going to do it myself, let me gather as much information as I can before I find someone. Okay? Yeah. And lastly, I would just say that Australia is a beautiful country. It is a home far away from home.
That is coming.
And I won't be surprised one day you will be in Australia.
Yes, of course. I would love to visit one of these days with my family, probably on vacations to see the beautiful country. I mean, if almost everywhere in Europe, I mean, you will enjoy the place. You will see them and you will marvel. You will be like, oh no, this is great. This is beautiful. So yes, Australia is a very beautiful country, and you are hearing it directly from a citizen already. She's been there for over 9 years, and so when she tells you that do this, do that, You can take that information to the bank, you will meet it the same way. So thank you so much once again. We really appreciate. And that is that. Wow, our guest has really given us all the information that everyone needs to be able to apply to that visa. I mean, there are 3 types of visa that she has discussed, and you must ensure if you need any further clarifications or information from her, she has told you already how you can get in touch with her directly, okay? So let's ensure that you do everything possible. I mean, you never can tell which particular road or which particular opportunity God has destined for you. So ensure that you exploit these informations to Australia. Yes, you can go to or you can get visa to Australia without securing any job with any employer. Okay, so that's a very good one. Okay, and if you're just coming across our channel, this is Japa with their days. On this channel, we discuss informations and relocations of informations like this to aid your Japa plan. Okay, like and subscribe to this channel so that by the time we bring informations and opportunities like this, you will be the first person to get notifications. They will come your way next time with another juicy relocation information. Bye-bye for now.